And hello, everybody. Welcome. We're so glad to have you here. We are broadcasting live on Facebook. We are going nationwide, all 50 states, Canada. Welcome, Australia and the UK. It is my privilege to introduce our first speaker tonight. Now, Kyle Whissle. I've known Kyle for years. He runs a very successful real estate brokerage in Southern California. In fact, you'll all be jealous to know if you don't know, he lives in San Diego. That's like, by the way, I was born there, Kyle. I will tell you that. So that's my hometown as well. Unfortunately, my parents dragged me north to Northern California, but it's still cool. So Kyle Whissle, what you may or may not know about him is Bomb is the bomb of video. They are the video, choice. They voted him the #1 agent / broker in North America out of 2 million. They said Kyle is the guy. There's nobody better at using video than Kyle Whissle. That got him a keynote address on MN News at their big annual conference on stage, leading the country. When you're the #1 guy out of 2 million, it's pretty cool. So listen up close, enjoy. Kyle Whissle, take it away, buddy.
All right, dude. Brent, I appreciate the opportunity tonight. This is going to be fun. It's 5 o'clock here on the West Coast, so we're drinking a little craft beer, which is fun with the green screen here. Hopefully you guys are having a cocktail too. Let's have some fun tonight, guys. What I want to talk to you about, I'm going to pop on here. I'm going to share my screen. And I want to share, I actually put this deck together today because I have a deck that I typically share, but I didn't feel like this was time to just do the typical video slide deck. I felt like I wanted to do something a little bit different tonight. So I really custom tailored this deck tonight to exactly what's going on in the market today. I really want to make sure that we're all going out there, that we're crushing it right now with video in this COVID-19 environment. This is different than what it was a month ago. We all need to shift our video strategies right now. So let's dive into this. The first thing, and I want to just get this out of the way first thing, this was the best image I could find of a mirror. So just roll with me right now. So if you have a mirror near you right now, I want you to grab that mirror. If you don't have a mirror with you right now, I want you to grab your cell phone. And I'm going to take my time here because I really want you to do it. So grab that cell phone, hit the camera button on there. And if it's not already front facing, I want you to hit the button that spins it around to front facing. And I want you to look into that mirror, or I want you to look into that phone right now. What you see in that mirror or what you see in that phone is what you look like. That is okay. Whether, right, this is COVID time, right? We might be haggard right now. We might not have done our hair. Last week, I didn't even brush my teeth. It was like 5:30 in the afternoon. I realized I hadn't even brushed my teeth. The other day, my daughter had the same pajamas on for 2 straight days. Like, it's okay. What people see on camera, what you see in that mirror, that's you. And you've got to accept that. You've got to accept who you are. Don't try to put on a front, try to put on an image that you're somebody you're not. Don't avoid shooting video because you don't like what the camera sees or you don't like what the phone sees. What the phone sees, what the camera sees, what you see in that mirror right now, that's you. Just accept it. The sooner you accept who you are, the better off you're going to be with video. We get people all the time that are asking us, what camera do you use? What lens do you use? What microphone? What editing software? And the first question I ask back is, how many videos have you shot in the last 30 days? More often than not, it's a big fat 0. Why are people not shooting the video? Because they don't like the way they look on camera. So first thing, before we even dive into why video, how video, what video, any of that stuff, we've got to conquer this fear right now that we have to look perfect on video, that we've got to look like the guys and girls that are on $1 Million Listing or whatever it is that you're into. Like, be real, especially right now, more than ever in this environment that we're in right now. People want real, they want reality. They don't want this fake nonsense, this fake BS that's out there. So first and foremost, before we worry about anything else with video, we've all got to agree, and I can't see everybody's face right now, but I just want you guys to give me a nod right now that I'm going to get over the BS that I'm telling myself in my head, that I'm not pretty enough, that I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too skinny, I'm too fat, whatever. Just, you are who you are, accept who you are. No matter who you are, 50% of people aren't going to like you in this world, right? Like, think about politics If you fly the red flag, the people with the blue flag don't like you. And you fly the blue flag, the people with the red flag don't like you. It doesn't matter. That's just this way society is. 50% of people aren't going to like you no matter what. The sooner you come to terms with that, the sooner you accept it and just run with it and roll with who you are, imperfections and flaws and all, the better off you're going to be when it comes to cranking out videos. What I want to start with is just to talk a little bit about why video, right? We hear people all the time, you got to shoot video, you got to shoot video, you got to shoot video. But if you're like me, you like to have a little data, like help me understand why I should shoot video. Like, what's the point? What's in it for me? Why are people watching video? Like, what's the deal? So think about this. This is for my math friends out there. So those of you guys that are into math, if a picture is worth 1,000 words, what is a minute of video worth? Think about that for a second. What is it worth? Mathematically, it's 1.8 million words. That's assuming 1,000 words per picture, 30 frames per second, 60 seconds. 1.8 million words for one single minute of video. Think about how impactful that is. Think about this. How many hours of video are viewed daily on YouTube? And now, if you've been reading any articles lately, you know that this traffic, internet traffic in general, is at 50+%. Traffic on YouTube and Facebook is through the roof. And we'll find out later when they release data, but I believe it's up 100% right now. But let's go on the data over the last year. How many hours of video are viewed daily on YouTube? These numbers become staggering. It's 1.5 billion hours of video every single day. That's almost as much as the stimulus they just gave out, huh? 1.5 billion hours every single day are watched of video on YouTube. People are consuming YouTube right now today more than they're consuming cable, more than they're consuming the network news. I hope you're watching more YouTube than you are news right now, because if all you're watching is the news, you're completely screwing your mindset up. One of the biggest things that I recommend to you right now is to avoid the news as much as humanly possible right now. And avoid watching freaking movies like Contagion and Outbreak. Like, those will absolutely destroy your mindset right now. Avoid things like that at all costs. Go watch YouTube. There's so much amazing stuff out there on YouTube. This is an opportunity, right? There's people that are posting, like, if you don't learn a new skill or you don't learn a new language, then you're wasting this opportunity. Well, if you want to learn a new language or a new skill, where are you going to go? You're going to go to freaking YouTube. That's where we learn everything today. Let's grab one more stat here. How many hours of video are viewed daily on YouTube? Or how many video views are there daily on YouTube or Facebook? Man, Facebook right now. How many hours? It's 8 billion every single day. There's 8 billion video views every day on Facebook traditionally. And now Facebook traffic is through the roof right now. So that number is probably over 10 billion. It might be 15 billion right now. There's that many views of videos every day on Facebook. It's absolutely crazy. I love to look at this slide right now, because if we think about what would happen today if the Titanic sank, I'd actually probably be empty today, right? Because nobody'd be on the damn ship. Nobody wants to be on a cruise ship. But if the Titanic sank today, this is what it would look like. Everybody would literally be pulling their phones out and they would be recording it. They'd be shooting photos. They'd be shooting videos. You got the camera here in the front that's going Facebook Live. You got the millennial over to the left that's going Instagram Live. Like, people would literally pull their phones out and shoot video of it. Like, that is the society that we're in today. And if we know that's the society that we're in today, that's the content we should be creating, right? We know where the eyeballs are today. Let's create the content that's where the eyeballs are at. So I want to talk a little bit more about why. And this is Moravian's model. And some of you guys, I actually learned about this at a Tony Robbins event. But this is his model of communication. And he studied how communication works, right? Why is everybody doing Zooms as opposed to just doing a group text thread? Why is everybody doing Zooms as opposed to a conference call right now? It's because of this, and this is why. If we look at the pie of communication, only 7% of communication is the words that we say. So if we're trying to communicate with our clients, with our community, with our agents, with our teams, with our families, and all we're doing is just sending text messages and emails, we're only hitting 7% of that effective communication model. 38% of it is the tone with which we say our words. So if we were doing a conference call, now we could get words and we could get tone. So we could hit 45% of effective communication. But there's one big missing piece of this pie, and that's the body language with which we communicate, which is why we're not texting and emailing, which is why we're not doing conference calls, which is why we're all on Zoom, which is why Zoom stock has been shooting through the roof, right? It opened up last year at 60 bucks a share, trading well over 100 bucks a share. It's one of the few stocks that's gone up in the last 30 days as opposed to down, is because in order for us to effectively communicate, we need to do it with all three of these things. Well, in this COVID-19 world, we can't be face-to-face with people. The only way we can accomplish all three of these things right now is with video. So it's crucial that you guys are shooting videos. Like I was on a call earlier today with one of my team members, and she's like, oh yeah, my husband's doing great. He sent out like 40 text messages today. I was like, how many of those had video? None. Well, what did he really accomplish? He accomplished 7% of it. He really missed the boat. He missed the opportunity to include some tone and some body language. Because one of the things that's really important today is we've got to show some sincerity in what we're saying. We've got to show some empathy in what we're saying. We've got to show that we care in what we're saying. How do you do that in a text message with a freaking emoji? Like, is that really enough right now? I would argue that it's not. So if we really want to communicate effectively right now, video more than ever is the way that we're going to communicate. The next thing I want to look at is the marketing funnel. And I believe that nothing helps a lead flow through this marketing funnel better than video. And so before somebody buys with you, and buying metaphorically is the center of this hourglass here, people have got to flow through the middle and then they flow out the bottom. So there's 4 things that are going to have to happen before somebody buys with you. And the first thing is people have to get to know you. There's a lot of ways that you could do this. Traditionally, the way that a lot of realtors like to do this is they want to farm a particular neighborhood. So what do? A lot of people teach this 8x8 campaign. So you're going to send out 8 postcards over 8 weeks. And then you're going to send a postcard every 2 weeks after that. That's how you're going to get people to know you. I don't know about you, but postcards are expensive. I mean, if you want to farm a neighborhood of 5,000 doors and it costs you 50 cents a postcard, I mean, you're talking, that's a lot of money. That's 2,500 bucks every time you send a postcard out. You're going to do that 8 times. There's $20,000 to get started. And then you're going to spend $5,000 a month to stay on that. Like, that's a lot of money, but that's what a lot of us realtors do when we want people to get to know us. I would argue, if you want to get people to know you, what about doing it with video? How much does it cost you to put a video in front of 5,000 people? Does it cost you $10,000, $20,000 to put a video in front of 5,000 people? No. Does it cost you anything? Not if it's good content. You could get that video in front of 5,000 people for free. So it's really important. We've got to get people to know us. The second thing is we've got to get people to like us. Now, we could send these postcards out over and over, right? 8 in the first 8 weeks and 1 every 2 weeks thereafter. Is somebody really going to get to like us by watching our postcards? If they see our postcards over and over, like, how do they really get to like us? Is that really being accomplished? I don't know. I would argue probably not. If anything, you might annoy them, right? Because like, oh, here's another one from the realtor. Oh, there's another one. Subconsciously, there's some effect of that. But overall, like, are they really getting to like you? I don't know. But if you could shoot a video, and we're going to talk about 10 video ideas, I promise you by the time you shoot these 10 videos, people are going to like you. You're going to accomplish getting people to like you far quicker and for far less money if you're shooting video than if you're just bombarding them with postcards. The next thing that's got to happen is people need to trust you. How are they going to trust you if all you're doing is sending postcards? There's going to be a little bit of trust because you're going to tell them I sold this home, I sold that home. But what does somebody really need to trust you? Do they really trust somebody they've never met, somebody they've never talked to? They've just gotten these postcards over and over again? Or are they going to like the person? What if you shot 8 videos over the next 8 weeks and then you shot a video every 2 weeks thereafter? Which way is somebody going to gain more trust in you? I'd argue it's going to be via video, and I'd argue that it's significantly cheaper to do that. They're going to get to trust you because when you shoot these videos, you're going to build this level of trust with them because you're going to show your knowledge of the market. You're going to show your knowledge of what's happening with businesses in the area. You're going to share your knowledge of all of these different things, as opposed to, I sold another one, I sold another one, I sold another one, I sold another one. You're going to get somebody to trust you significantly more via video than you are virtually anything else out there when it comes to marketing. You could bombard them with Facebook ads or pay-per-click ads or Zillow Realtor Truly ads. Like, is that really getting somebody to trust you? Is it really getting them to like you? Like, the no part's easy, but those no part is much more expensive with those other methods. But getting somebody to truly like you and trust you, it's really hard to do that if they've never met you. But when you're shooting video, people actually get to the point they feel like they know you. They create what's called a parasocial relationship with you. And this was common in TV. Now it's common in social media. Is people have never met you before in your entire life. Like John Cheplack's a buddy of mine. We were at a mastermind a year ago. First time I'd ever met John Cheplack in my life face to face, but we'd had so much interaction via social media. He's watched my videos. I've watched his videos. We walked in this house together and it was immediate. What's up, bro? Hug it out. Like, how have you been, man? What's new? How's your daughter? How's the pregnancy coming along? All that stuff. Like, we knew each other, even though we never physically met each other. We had created that parasocial relationship with each other. People are doing that with you via video. They're not creating a parasocial relationship with you because they got your postcards or they saw you on, Facebook ad of you or pay-per-click or any of that stuff. They're creating that relationship with you because you're coming on video and you're providing valuable content to them. And they start to like you and they start to trust you over time. Really hard to do that any other way without physically meeting people. And then the last thing is people have to try you. They've got to try you before they buy with you. Well, how does somebody try you? The way they try you is they watch your video and they're like, does this girl really know what they're talking about? And then they pop on and they see this video of you. Boom, what's going on with the market in San Diego? And you just break it down. Here's what's happening with pendings and here's what's happening with solds and you lay it out. Here's all the stats and then here's what this means to you and here's how it's interpreted. And if you're thinking about buying, this is what you should be doing. If you're thinking about selling, this is what you should be doing. That's how people try you today. Or they try you by watching your reviews. What if you have a killer reel of testimonial videos? Now, testimonials are on like reviews on a Zillow or Google or Yelp or something like that. Those are okay. Those aren't bad. But we all know there's a million fake reviews out there. But how many fake testimonial videos are there out there? I mean, if you're paying somebody to record a BS testimonial video for you, like karma's probably going to get you. I'm just saying. 99% of the testimonial videos that are out there are legit. Well, what if somebody's like, hey, Kyle Whissle Realtor, and they pull it up and all of a sudden there's a video from the Smith family and a video from the Garrett family and a video from the Jones family talking about their experience working with us. It's done. It's over. Buying with you. So these 4 things has to happen before somebody ever buys with you. They've got to know you. They've got to like you. They've got to trust you. And they're going to try you before they actually buy with you. This is what has to happen. I would argue with you that there is no quicker, no easier, and no cheaper way to accomplish these 4 things in our industry, especially today, than doing it with video. And then here's the beautiful part. This is where a lot of realtors stop. They stop here because they're like, I got them, got my check, I'm gonna cash it, and they never talk to that person again. Well, here's what I'm going to tell you. Those realtors, they're struggling right now because they've never actually taken the time to create lasting relationships to get the bottom of this funnel out of the way or the bottom of this hourglass. They've been so focused. I got a new transaction. I'm done. I'm going to follow up with my next pay-per-click lead. I'm going to follow up with my next internet lead, my next whatever. But they forgot about what happens after. I would argue with you that creating videos is one of the most effective ways for you to stay in contact with your sphere, with your past clients, with your farm, with your database, to where they're not just going to buy with you. There's 2 more very, very important things that are going to happen after somebody buys with you. One, they're going to repeat with you. One of the things that we like to do on our team is we like to shoot 2 videos a month and send it out to our entire database. The 2 videos that we like to create every single month, number one is a market update video. Like I said, people want to trust you. The way they trust you is that you flex your knowledge, that you show you know what's happening in the market. You need to be shooting market update videos on a consistent basis. Like this is just every month, you should be shooting a market update video. Here's the thing with market updates is a lot of people feel as though they know what's happening in the market today. The problem is they don't. What they're looking at is data that's on Redfin. They're looking at data that's on Zillow. Well, the only data that's on those websites is traditionally how many homes sold in a particular neighborhood, what was the median sales price in that particular neighborhood. They're also going to talk about the sale price to list price ratio in that particular neighborhood. Well, here's the problem with that. Everything they're talking about are what we refer to as lagging indicators. These are things that have happened in the past. This is old information. And here's an example. Today is April 9th. If I put a deal under contract today, we all know the lending world is jacked up right now. Deals are taking much longer than they traditionally take. Right now, 45 to 60 days is kind of the norm for transactions. So let's just run with that 60-day scenario. We put a deal in escrow today, April 9th. That deal is not going to close in May. That deal is going to close in June. And then here's what happens is at the end of June, all the statisticians, they're going to come and pull the data from the prior month, and then they're going to compile a report and they're going to put that report out. Well, that report's typically not going to come out till the middle of July. And then what's going to happen is the media is going to finally get a hold of that report. Best case, they get that report in July, potentially don't get that report until August and actually put that information out there to the public. So here's the problem is what the media is reporting in July or August is something that actually happened here in April. So what's happening today, the media is not going to be talking about until the summertime. How valuable is that data? Like that data is so outdated, it's so old, they're really not helping. So this is where the opportunity is for us is to create videos and give people the leading indicators. We need to help people understand what's happening in the market today. So the things that I like to talk about when we shoot these market update videos, I typically focus on 4 stats and what I believe are the best leading indicators of where the market's headed. Number 1, I want to see how many new homes are hitting the market. Number 2, I want to see how many homes are going under contract. Number 3, I want to know what's the inventory. And number 4 is I want to know what the average days on market are. I know how many homes have come on the market in the last 30 days. I know that data now. I don't have to wait 4 or 5 months to get that data. I know how many homes went pending in the last 30 days. I don't have to wait 4 months for that data. I know how much inventory there is on the market today. I don't have to wait for that data. And I know what the average days on market is over the last 30 days. I don't have to wait for that data. So that's information that is significantly more relevant. So I encourage you to focus on those leading indicators and help your consumer understand why that's the leading indicator of what's happening. Because right now, if you look, like if I look at my market today over the last week, I'm just going to use rough numbers to make this easy. There's 1,000 new homes hit the market. There's 500 homes that went pending. Well, what does that mean? That means that inventory just grew significantly. Now, there is a much higher number of canceled or expired listings right now, so we're going to have to probably factor that in. Not something we typically need to, but right now, there's a lot of people pulling their homes off the market, so we're probably going to have to add that as a 5th one, just given the state of the market. People are saying, hey, I'm going to take my home off the market till this blows through, or I don't want anybody in my house. But now let's look, what does that mean? Let's say that expired or canceled number's 300. Okay, 1,000 homes came on the market, 500 sold, or 500 went pending, and 300 went off the market. What did we effectively do in the last week? We just increased supply by 200 homes. Well, what if we do that again next week? Supply is increasing. And we do that the next week, supply is increasing. Well, as supply increases, what happens with price? Rarely does price and supply go in line with each other. If supply is going up, prices typically don't go up with it. They go down, right? prior to this event happening, we've all been running where supply has been dipping, and what's happening with prices is prices are rising. So it's important for us to convey this information because the media this month here in April, they're going to report, oh, home values are up. Why? Because they're reporting what happened back in like December and January when the market was red hot, right? So they're going to be reporting bad information. It's our job, it's our duty as a realtor to present that valuable information. When I present that information, it's impossible for somebody to not get to like me and trust me because I'm giving them the inside scoop. I'm giving them the data, the information they're not getting anywhere else. So that my client, after they buy a home with me, they're like, oh my gosh, Kyle's really on top of things. He's really keeping me up to speed with what's going on. It's very logical that they're going to repeat and do business with you again. It's also very logical that they're going to refer their friends to you. One of the important things when you shoot those videos is to make sure that after you go through the data, and again, don't go too much data. I've seen people go like 10 data points. You're going to lose people unless they're a high C, which is a small percentage of this world. You're going to lose people. So don't go too deep in the weeds with the data. Just focus on those 4, maybe 5, because you got one new one you need to talk about today. But here's the most important part. At the end of that video, I like to end every single video with this. If you're thinking about buying, boom, hit them with what that means to them. If you're thinking about selling, here's what this means to you. That's the most important part. It's the part that people always forget. They always forget that part. They just like, this is up 5%, this is down 10%, up, down, up, down. What the hell does that mean? Again, they can look up data. They don't know how to interpret that data. That's your job. That's where you come as the expert. That's how people get to know you, like you, and trust you. In addition to that market update video, we like to do a second video every month. That second video, what we want to do in that is we want to answer an FAQ, a frequently asked question. Something I learned early in my career is if there's ever a question you've been asked 3 times, you're going to get asked that question 300 times. So you might as well shoot a video about it. And here's what's great. You're going to shoot this video. You're going to send it out to your database. Again, you're going to show them that you're knowledgeable, that you're trustworthy. They're going to get to like you more because you're showing your personality on that video. But here's the thing. You shot this video. You stayed connected with your past clients who bought with you, so you're more likely to get repeat and referral business. But if 3 people ask that question, 300, maybe 3,000, maybe 3 million other people have that same question, you throw that video out there on social media, you throw that out there on YouTube, people are going to find it because people are Googling that same question. So that question today might be, what is a jumbo loan? Because maybe they heard on the news that jumbo loans got cut off. What is a non-QM loan? Maybe they heard about that on the news, but they don't know what it is. They're going to Google that stuff. And when they Google it, they're going to find your video because who owns Google or who owns YouTube? It's Google. YouTube videos are showing up in the search results on Google right now. So there's so many birds you can knock out with that one stone of shooting some effective videos. But that's the marketing hourglass or the marketing funnel. They've got to know you, like you, trust you. They're going to try you. Then they're going to buy with you. Once they've bought with you, you stay in contact with them. The best way to do that is with video. They're going to repeat business with you, and they're going to refer people over to you. So Stacy, I don't know if you are aware we were going to talk about great ask today, but what I want to do next is I built a framework for how to create videos. And I came up with this acronym, great ask. Now I will give credit, this guy Owen Video came up with the great part of this. I added the ask to it. It was a perfect marriage. But this is going to give you a general framework that you should use in every video that you guys create. So we're going to start with the ask end first. And so what ASS stands for is audience. Every time you're creating a video, you really want to think about who is the audience? Who am I targeting with this video? We should never just throw videos out there completely thoughtless and not have at least an idea of who the audience is that we want to target. So right now, there's a lot of different audiences you could target. You could target your community, you could target agents, you could target your past clients, you could target your friends. There's a lot of different audiences out there, but every video you create, there's got to be a specific audience that you have in mind. The second thing is you got to think about the situation or the problem. Like what am I going to address in this video? I've been shooting some videos lately that have been done really well. They're targeted towards small business owners. That's who my audience is. I'm running videos right now specifically to small business owners. What is the situation? Everybody's screwed right now, right? Like a lot of these businesses, I have a ton of friends that own restaurants. If you've never seen our video series, Everything East County, I encourage you guys follow it on Facebook or Instagram. We've created hundreds of videos over the years helping local businesses and to promote them. So I have a lot of friends that friendships I've built up over the years of all these small business owners. So I wanted to shoot a video to help these people out. A lot of them, they're on the brink of shutting their business down forever, not just laying people off, but shutting their businesses down. So I want to shoot a video to help them. So the situation is they're screwed, right? They're scrambling. They've laid people off. They might be closing. So I've now got to provide a solution to them. Well, what's the solution right now? The solution right now is to make sure they're aware of all the different things that are out there to help a small business. What are those? There's the SBA loans, there's the EIDL loan, there's the PPP loan. There's also something called work sharing, where they could furlough somebody as opposed to laying them off and share the work, and the person could still collect unemployment. Like, there's all these things that are out there. So I've been shooting a lot of videos specifically for this lately. And so when I'm shooting these videos, I'm also thinking in my head, like, how does somebody get to know me, like me, trust me, try me? Is they're seeing me create these videos, and the whole message in my videos is, if I could just help one small business stay afloat as opposed to shutting the doors, then my goal is accomplished by shooting that video. If somebody doesn't like me for trying to help out small businesses, right? How does somebody not like you when you're just taking time out of your day to share what you know? So that's how you should think about every video. Before you shoot it, just at least have these three things in mind. Who is my audience? What's the situation? And what's the solution? Then we go to the great part of this. First thing you want to do in your videos is you want to grab attention. Where I see a lot of people make mistakes is they're shooting recorded videos. We'll just focus on those specifically right now. They shoot these recorded videos, and the first 10 seconds of the video is their logo like mythically appearing on the screen, and it's like fading in and then it fades out. That's the first 10 freaking seconds of the video. That's insane. Nobody wants to see that crap. Here's what happens when somebody is scrolling through Facebook right now, or scrolling through Instagram. It's swipe, 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 swipe. If when they're swiping, they just see your logo pop up on the screen, swipe, swipe, swipe. What are you doing to grab their attention? If I put this picture of an ass on the screen, I might actually grab their attention, right? They might actually be like, ooh, wait, what's that one? And scroll back down to it. The key is you've got to create a thumb-stopping moment when you first start those videos out. So if you're shooting something of a restaurant, again, which is something that we've done a lot of, when you shoot that, don't start with you on the screen, although you might be absolutely beautiful. I'm sure you are. You haven't brushed your teeth, it's 5:30, you got 2-day-old pajamas on. It's cool, but that's not what people want to see first thing, I promise you. Start out with a picture of the sexy food that the chef just made with the cheese oozing out of a hamburger, right? Start with something like that on the screen, because if somebody's scrolling through, that might get them to stop. If you're shooting a video of a property, don't put you on the screen first. Start with something that's the sign that's in the front of the community. I live in a community called Sky Ranch. If the first thing on the screen is me, or even a house, like, is somebody really going to click with it? Probably not. But if the first thing on the screen is the image of the Sky Ranch sign, as they're scrolling through, they're like, oh wait, that's my community. Because the home in Sky Ranch looks like a home in Weston, looks like a home in Riverview Village. They all look the same. That's not going to grab somebody's attention. But if they see the Sky Ranch sign as they're scrolling through, that's going to stop their thumb. That's going to grab their attention, and they're actually going to watch the video beyond the first couple seconds. Another one, if you're doing Facebook Live, like, the first shot has got to be something. My boy Sharon, he starts every video with his fingers doing this on the screen. That grabs your attention. It's different than everything else. It's different than the person who's just standing there with their cell phone in front of their face and you just see their face first thing. So think about, what is it that you can do to grab attention at the beginning of that video? Something that's going to stop the thumb. Second thing is you want to repeat the situation. So you've got to open that video up and you've got to repeat, what is the situation? Like, why are you shooting this video? Okay, so hey, if you're watching this video, the goal today is to give you 3 specific things that you can do if you're a small business owner to keep your business afloat and take care of your employees. Like, there's your situation. So come out with that right away, grab their attention, and then tell them what they're going to hear about when they watch that video. Next step, explain the solution. You've got to talk about what's the solution. All right, so here's your 3 things. Number 1, mortgage forbearance. Number 2, SBA loan. Number 3 is work sharing. And then dive in and explain what each of those solutions are. What you want to do is actually prove it too. Like some of the ways that you can actually prove something like this is pull up, like the way that I did it with this video is pulled it up on the screen, an article about forbearance directly from Fannie Mae and an article from Yahoo talking about how the banks are doing mortgage forbearance. Like prove it, show them. Because it's one thing for you to tell people banks are doing mortgage forbearance. It's another to show them an article from Yahoo. It's another to show them an article from Fannie Mae. But when you actually prove it, they get to trust you, right? That's important. They like you because you're shooting this video telling them how to keep their business afloat, but do they trust you? Maybe they don't know you yet. This is the first time they've been exposed to you, but then you show them that article from Yahoo, like, oh, this is legit. Like this guy's for real. So you've got to actually prove it. And then this seems like, this is really the thing that people miss the most because they just seem like everybody should know what to do. If they watched the video and they liked it, they should just call me. Well, should they call you or should they text you or should they go to a link? What link should they go to? What should they do when they get to that link? Don't just assume everybody knows what to do at the end of your video. When you're done with that video, tell them what to do. Well, this particular video that I shot, I didn't want anybody to call me. I just wanted them to share it. I said, hey, if you watch this video, you got value out of it. You know other small business owners. What I want you to do as soon as you're done with this video, hit the share button, share it with other small business owners out there. Let's help out the community. Let's keep as many businesses afloat as we can right now. So make sure to share this video. Thank you guys for watching. Like that's what I wanted them to do at the end of that video. Maybe at the end of your video, you want them to text. My buddy Jesse from Call Action, he's a wizard with this, text for info stuff. Maybe it's text SBA to 555-1212 to get a link to all of the information. Whatever it is, like you've got to be very, very specific and you've got to tell people what to do at the end of a video. Never assume they know what they're supposed to do. You've got to tell them what to do. All right. So I want to dive in. 10 videos for you guys to shoot right now. If you guys want to stay connected with me after this, best way, my Facebook's been full for a long time. So follow me on Instagram at Kyle Whissle. I'd love to stay connected with you guys. So I think we've laid a lot of framework for why video. We've talked about how, oh, Siri loves talking about video. We talked about how video, why video, kind of the funnels, all of that stuff. Well, what I want to do is give you 10 specific videos to shoot right now. I'm not giving you some generic 10 list. I'm giving you 10 very, very specific videos. And some of these, my boy Tom Ferry came up with a few of these. So definitely want to make sure I give credit where credit is due. The number one video that you can be shooting right now, today, April 9th, in the middle of this COVID crisis, Facebook Messenger videos. These are solid gold right now. You need to be shooting. Our team has a goal to shoot 10 videos every single day. Here's what I love about Facebook Messenger videos. The maximum length is 15 seconds. You can't go longer than 15 seconds. It literally stops recording you after 15 seconds. That's great. You could shoot 10 videos in less than 10 minutes. Like this is a small, tiny chunky of the day. But what you want to do is try to get 10 videos out. The ways to do that is hit everybody who it's your friend anniversary with. Hit everybody whose birthday it is. If you didn't hit 10 there, then jump into your database and start working through your database. A little secret I learned too when I was first getting started in my career is there's 52 weeks in a year. There's 26 letters in the alphabet. If every week we just pick a letter of the alphabet and make sure, and traditionally you call everybody whose name starts with A one week and then the next week B, the next week C. Now we're just doing it with video, but that way you make sure you hit everybody at least twice a year with the video. So you want to shoot a Facebook Messenger video, and these are very, very simple. It's, hey, Brent, I hope all is well, man. It looks like we've been friends here on Facebook for a couple years now. Just want to let you know I really appreciate your friendship. I know we're in some crazy times right now. I'm just thinking about you, man. If there's anything I can do for you or your family, I just want to let you know I'm here for you. Love you, bro. Done. Go to the next one. Shoot the same video again. Go to the next one, shoot the same video again. These videos right now will absolutely kill it for you because you're connecting with people. Everybody wants human interaction right now. They want to talk to people. They want to see people and they want to know that you're there for them. You know how many people have done this for me in the last month? One. Like nobody's really checked up on me. The one person who did, I was like, hey man, thank you. Like you're literally the first person who's really checked up on me with a video. Like I get the text, but you could tell it's just a generic text that everybody's sending, right? It's the same text that 200 other people got. It's probably a mass text. When
How
you
are you,
actually take the
Kyle?
time,
I'm just
what's
going to
that?
check in on you right now. How are you? Are you okay, buddy?
I'm good, dude. I got this beer
I
delivered to
love
my
you, man.
door,
I'm just
man. I'm
checking
feeling
up
good.
on you, man. All right, good. I'm listening. We're all listening. Keep going. Thanks for
All
checking
right.
up on me. It meant a lot.
Love you, bro. So those messages are killing it right now. It's got to be video though. Don't just text everybody because it feels very impersonal. As far as I know, you sent that same text to 20 other people. But when it's personal and I'm talking to you one-to-one, those Facebook Messenger videos are solid, solid gold right now. I strongly encourage you guys to start working on those. Make a goal of 10 today. Hit everybody it's your friend anniversary with, hit everybody whose birthday it is. If you didn't get 10, then go to your database and hit your A's and focus on all your A's this week, your B's next week, your C's the week after that. But get 10 of those Facebook Messenger videos out every single day. If their friends aren't on Facebook Messenger, shoot them a video via iMessage, shoot them a video via BombBomb, whatever your preferred method is. Facebook Messenger just makes it easy, and it's a 15-second time limit. You can't go over that. So it really just quick hitting, but those messages go such a long way right now. Number two is to shoot some videos and talk about the adaptations that you're making in your business. Things are changing a lot. People want to know that you're being socially responsible right now. The rules up where Brent is in Northern California and where they are in Southern California are very different right now. In his market, they're literally not even, I think, at least in most of NorCal, you're not even allowed to show a property at all. Like if somebody wants to, you can't even do a virtual showing up there. The way that you got to show a property there, your seller has to do the virtual showing. You can't go to the house and do a Zoom or a Facebook Live from the house. The freaking seller has to do it. It would be really cool if Brent talked about how he's adapting his business to do that. Or one of the ways we're adapting is we're using, EXP has this, working with a company called iSpy 360. And we went out and shot 360 videos of every single one of our listings, which is nothing new, right? Matterport's probably the biggest name out there. Those have existed for a long time. But what Matterport doesn't do is give the ability to interact. What iSpy does is it creates this 360 video so the consumer can be in there and look around, look up, look down, spin around, all that. But then they can hit a button while they're on that iSpy tour. And then it's literally going to combine Matterport and Zoom together. And both of our faces are going to pop up on the screen in a video chat. And now we can talk with video while we're going through that 3D tour. That's a badass video to talk about that. Maybe even share it on screen because people are visual. They want to see that. So share the adaptations that you're making in your business. Next one is donation drives. This, especially if you want to get into farming, one of the girls on my team, she's just moved to San Diego. She really wants to farm. Told her, you're going to do an 8x8 campaign. The way you're going to do it is you're going to do 8 donation drives over the next 8 weeks. So you're going to find 8 different charities in your neighborhood. And every week you're going to run a new donation drive. So whether that's the food bank, whether that's the homeless shelter, whether that's the senior center, you're going to find, and maybe you can only find 4, but here's the thing, you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're going to come back around and do 1, 2, 3, 4 again for a total of 8 weeks. Right now is such an amazing opportunity to give back, right? We're so fortunate. Like there's so many people right now that are screwed in their lives. Like we're over here in our team meetings talking about making a $5,000, $10,000, $50,000 commission. There's other people that are, talking about selling a cup of coffee and making 10 cents every time they sell a cup of coffee. Like we're so damn fortunate in the position we are in this real estate industry. We need to be doing our part to give back because I think we're far more fortunate than a lot of other people are. So give back to your community and chronologue it on video, right? Shoot a video talking about who your charity of the week is, right? And who you're looking for donations to benefit. Shoot a video of you promoting it. Shoot a video of you picking up all the donations. Shoot another video of you dropping it off. You just got 3 videos out of that each week. So now what happens? You do 8 donation drives over the next 8 weeks, 3 videos every single time. You just shot 24 pieces of content over an 8-week period, all about you giving back to the community. You want somebody to know you, like you, trust you, try you. This is an amazing way for you to do that right now. State of the market, right? We talked about that a little bit earlier. Like this, and we got to keep people updated pretty regularly, weekly, at least bi-weekly at a minimum. We've got to be updating people what's happening in the market. And a part of it is to make sure people know real estate's still happening, right? We got to make sure they know it hasn't shut down, even though it's changed. It's still happening, right? Like I talked about, there's 500 properties went pending in the last week. Hi, beautiful. Oh, go show mommy, okay? All right, you guys know how it goes, right? You've been on these Zooms where your kid comes in the room. That's why we have this. All right, do a state of the market. Talk about what's going on in your local market. Here's another one that's really important. Man, how many of us are struggling with mindset right now? Like, holy shit, like it's crazy to keep your head on straight right now. Like I feel like half of my job right now with my team is just keeping their mindset straight, keeping their heads on straight, keeping them focused, you know, eyes on the prize, making sure they're good. Like my sales manager and I are literally split up the duties. We have 50 plus people on our team. Our goal is to call every single one of those people one by one each week. So he's calling them all, I'm calling them all. They're going to get 2 personal one-on-one check-ins every week. Like that's something that we're doing on how to maintain a positive mindset on our team. Maybe you could share what you're doing to keep a positive mindset, whether it be with your team, with your family, with your community, but share that. Maybe there's a certain podcast you listen to every day. Maybe there's a certain blog you listen to every day. Share that via video. Tell people, what is it? Here's how I keep my head on straight. Like I got my Peloton bike behind me. Like that's an important part of me keeping my mindset. Like I get on there every morning. I ride that bike. I sweat out all my stress, all my headaches, my problems. I get off that thing. I'm feeling good about myself, right? Share what it is that you're doing to maintain that positive mindset. Next up, share some of the tips. Work from home. Like, what are you doing? How are you getting through this? Are there certain technologies that you're using? One of the things I've been talking about a lot with my team, with kids like I do with a 3-year-old, is talking about how we're using sprints. What is a sprint? A sprint is where you have a very defined period of time to get stuff done. So like with my family, I have a 9 to 11 sprint. And then from 11 to 1, I hang out with my family. And then I have a 1 to 3 sprint. And then from 3 o'clock on, I'm hanging out with my family. So for each of those 2-hour blocks, those are sprints for me. And I know, and my wife knows that for those 2 hours, I need to just be uninterrupted in GSD, just get shit done during that time period. So that's something that I'm doing. That's what I could share with people, is how I'm using sprints, because now I get 2 focused hours, get focused on my family for 2 hours, and then 2 more focused hours to sprint. So share, what are those tips that you're doing? If you've got kids, share what it is, right? Homeschooling, this is new to almost everybody out there. How the hell do you homeschool a kid? I don't know, I got a 3-year-old. I'm figuring it out. I don't really know. If somebody's got a better way to do it, I would love to hear it. And I'm not the only one. If you got it figured out, or there's even just one thing that is working for you, share that with people. Also, if there's something that's not working, share that too. People love to hear what's not working. They almost want to hear what's not working more than they want to hear what is working. So share, what is it that's working for you with homeschooling with your kid? Next up, date night at home ideas. This is a tough time, right? Like we're around our spouses way more than we probably ever been for most of us. You still got to keep that romance. Like my wife and I go out for at least 1 date night a week traditionally. Well, now how do you do that? Luckily, we've got her mother-in-law doesn't live too far away. She normally would babysit during the day on Fridays, and then we'd have our neighbor babysit at night. Well, we're not having our babysitter at night anymore. We're doing what we're supposed to do here. But instead of having grandma babysit during the day now, grandma's babysitting at night, so we could still have a date night. There's something called Datebox. If you guys have never seen Datebox, like that would be a share. Datebox is super cool. It's for you to have at-home dates. I would encourage you guys check that out. Here's my share with you. Check out Datebox. It's an at-home date thing. Like we had a cool one where we came with a little s'mores kit and a card game, and it was just fun to do. You could share, like we do House Party a lot. If you don't have the House Party app, that's another cool idea that you could share. Talk about how you're doing Zoom parties. What are the different Zoom parties you've done? Have you done cocktail hours? Have you done a Zoom dinner party yet? Have you? I don't know. If you have, maybe you share that with people. Tell them how it went. How did you make it fun? What was cool? What wasn't cool? What would you do if you did it all over again? You could share that with people. Top comedians. This is a good one. We all need a laugh right now. There's a reason TikTok is the top 3 apps right now are Zoom, House Party, and TikTok. For good reason, right? We're on Zoom right now. That's how we're conducting this. This is how everybody's getting by with business right now. Number 2 and 3 have been alternating back and forth, but TikTok and House Party, TikTok's killing it because it's freaking funny. Like when I have a negative mindset, I could just go on TikTok for 5 minutes and laugh my ass off. The problem is that 5 minutes turns into 50 minutes before you know it. But talk about that. Like, how are you laughing? What are some comedians like? Right, there's a million comedy specials on Netflix and on Amazon Prime and on YouTube. Like, what comedians are you watching? Like, who's making you laugh? And maybe you do like a top 5 comedians list. Talk about 3 that are clean, maybe like some family friendly ones, depending on your kid's age. And maybe you got a couple not so clean comedians that could be part of your date night. Maybe you and your wife, you guys want to hang out and have some drinks and pop a bottle of wine and just laugh your ass off. Share that. People would love to find out what comedians you guys are watching right now. Share that with the world. We all want to have a good laugh. Last couple things, I think I got 7 minutes left. So I want to talk about some distribution ideas with you guys. And this is a lot of the stuff that we've learned. Just so you guys know, I have 3 full-time videographers. I've started with my first one over 5 years ago. I added a second one 2 years ago and added a third one in the past year. We create a lot of video. So I want to share the different places to distribute it. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and our blog. Those are really the 4 areas that we're focused on. We have added a little bit of emphasis on LinkedIn lately. I've been doing some LinkedIn live stuff, and LinkedIn's been killing it for me. So you might want to add that on there. If you've got these 4 down and you're looking for another pillar, LinkedIn is doing really well. What I want to share with you guys with Facebook is the left side. I guess I don't know which way it is on your screen, but the Whissle Realty Group side, that's a page that I've had for over 10 years now. It's my company page. There's been thousands of posts on there. We created our first video series where we interviewed local businesses. We interviewed all the different businesses around town. We shot 100 episodes of it. Every single one of those episodes were on the Whissle Realty Group page. That page, after 10 plus years, was at 7,200 likes. Now on the other side of the screen, you see our Everything East County page. After we did 100 episodes of our first show, we reinvented ourselves and came out with our new show. And this time around, instead of putting it on a real estate page, we decided to put it onto its own page. We grew that page to over 20,000 likes within a year. What that told us is that people don't want to like a real estate page. If you're going to start a page and you want to feature restaurants or local businesses or whatever it is you want to go after, create a separate page for it. People are much more willing to like a page that has nothing to do with real estate. So I wanted to share that lesson, but Facebook is great. Some of the other things on Facebook, we love going live. Live is everything right now. And one of the reasons I love live is that when you go live, there's zero expectation of perfection. When it's a recorded video, like if you watch an episode of $1 Million Listing, you expect it to look really good. But when it's Facebook Live, there's zero expectation it's going to look good. You expect somebody to be holding a camera in their hand that's 2 feet from their face, where you can literally, if they lean back, you could see the boogers in their nose. Like, that's what you expect on Facebook Live. Well, shit, if you've never shot a video before, that's a pretty good place to start, right? Because it doesn't need to be perfect. Nobody expects it to be perfect. It's a really good way to start. So I'm really, really big on Facebook Live right now, especially in these times. It's so much more authentic when it's live, where you don't have a fancy background. Like my background, I got this fun one because I'm having fun with Zoom right now. But if you didn't see past this virtual background, I've got my Peloton bike behind me. I've got books. I've got dog beds. Like I got all this stuff behind me. That's good. You want that kind of a background right now. Like show that you're human, show you're just like them, that you're working from home. Like that stuff kills right now. Another thing on Facebook is groups. Holy crap, groups are on fire right now. Our community group that we spun off that Everything East County page, we've had 500 plus people join that in the last 2 weeks. We just did a mastermind. It's called Be Different Mastermind. We had 17 speakers, a bunch of killer people within EXP and outside EXP. We had Glenn Twiddle, one of the top real estate coaches in Australia, come on. We grew this group to 8,500 members in a week. Like people want community right now. Facebook literally is advertising groups in your news feed. They advertise it on the Super Bowl. Facebook groups are killing right now. When it comes to videos, we shoot these killer restaurant videos. The one on the left is a highly produced one. The one on the right is a Facebook Live that we shot there. The one on the left had hours and hours of prep time and shoot time and edit time, and all of that had 11,500 views. The other one was a Facebook Live with no prep, nothing, 6,900 views. So don't think you need to have videographers and have it overly produced. Those Facebook Lives kill. So don't be afraid. Don't think you need to have all this fancy stuff. Your cell phone that you started this interview or this video with, that's all that you guys need. You don't need anything else. We're also loving Instagram right now. Some of the things that we love on there Instagram TV or IGTV if you prefer. That's our favorite place to put videos right now. They'll allow you to go up to 10 minutes if you have enough followers, up to 60 minutes. When we were just uploading videos directly to Instagram versus Instagram TV, our view count tripled, if not quadrupled. So we're loving IGTV. And what I love is it'll show a little 1-minute preview in the vertical news feed. And then if somebody likes it, they hit the watch full IGTV video and they can watch the other 9 minutes of your video, whatever the case may be. So it's kind of teasing people for you already, which is really cool. Now you don't even have to take your long video and cut it down to a short video. Instagram TV does that for you. You could also hit the little paper airplane icon and share it into your stories as well. And it'll show a little preview there. So I love Instagram TV right now. It's a really good way to build a following, and you can now make series in there. So if you're doing a series where you interview a restaurant every week, you could make a series out of that. So I'm loving that on Instagram. Next up is YouTube. Love YouTube. We've really been building a big following up on there. Just search my name on there if you want to follow and look at the content that we're creating. I think it's called the Whissle Way. A couple little key things if you're putting videos on YouTube. One, you want to have a good thumbnail. What's the image that somebody's going to see when they see the video? If you're just using whatever YouTube pulls up, it's just going to be like a shot of your face all jacked up. Like, that's not what you want. You want to have a good thumbnail that's going to tell people what they're going to see. If you need help making those thumbnails, Canva, canva.com is a really good place to make those. A couple other little tips is put some thought and time into the title of your video. You should have that ask in mind, the audience, the situation, the solution. Like, have that in mind when you're putting that title together. Make sure that your description ties into the video. Make sure you're not putting a BS description that has nothing to do with what the actual content is. The description should really talk about what's in the video, and then light your tags up. Find what are the right tags that people are that they're working on. There's a lot of things that can help you find tags. Just Google YouTube tag generator, and there's a bunch of them out there. But make sure you're doing all that stuff when you're creating YouTube videos. The reason I love YouTube videos, again, is Google owns YouTube. When you do a Google search now, YouTube videos are showing up in the search results. So we should have every video we've ever created should end up on YouTube. Even if you do a Facebook Live, when you're done with it on a computer, you can hit the 3 dots and download that video and then upload it straight to YouTube. That's a killer way to do it. Or you could even go YouTube Live now, which is something we've started dabbling in. Another thing that I really like with YouTube is that, like, this is a restaurant that we featured on our show. When we were done, we sent them all, some instructions and links of what to do. The restaurant took the video we created and put it on their homepage of their website. Like, how cool is that? They're promoting us on the front page of their website. They're not even thinking about the fact I'm promoting this real estate company. They're just thinking, oh, I get to show this awesome interview of me and my food. And again, look at that front shot. Like, that's a sexy shot, right? We talked about grab attention. Like, that shot's going to grab somebody's attention. So I love YouTube because now you can embed those videos onto blogs. You can embed them onto other people's websites. And it's gotten to the point for us now, we create a blog for every one of the videos we create. Well, now people could search for a particular restaurant and we're showing up on the first page of the Google results for that restaurant. Like, that's pretty crazy, right? A real estate page is showing up on page 1 of Google for this Frutiza restaurant in Santee. Page 1. And what happens is when people want to look up a restaurant, sometimes they don't want to see the actual restaurant's page. They want to see somebody else's page about that restaurant. So they're more likely to click on our link than they are the actual restaurant. And now they get exposed to us as a real estate company. It's magic what happens with that. So after you put those videos on YouTube, throw them up on a blog article. That's what I got for you guys. I think I'm just about on time there, but hopefully you guys got a lot of value out of this. Again, if you want to stay connected with me, Instagram at Kyle Whissle. You can also stay connected with everything else that we're doing, thewhistleway.com. That'll connect you with our podcast. It'll connect you with our YouTube channel, our Facebook group, all of that stuff, thewhistleway.com.
Kyle, you rocked it, baby. That was phenomenal. Thank you so much. And I like your little one there, baby.
You want to come say hi?
Yeah, get her up here. We want to have her say hi.
You want to come say hi? No, she's just feeding me.
30,000 times. So, by the way, I like the new currency of the 21st century there behind you on your backdrop, toilet paper. That's awesome. Great job,
stuff,
buddy.
Man. Yeah, I
Great
appreciate
job.
you having me on, dude. Again, if you guys are out there right now, shift your message. These videos will completely change who you are as a person. This is temporary, what we're going through.
Yeah.
If you do this, right, think this is a slingshot right now. Like, you're just shooting these videos. you're connecting, people are getting to know you, like you, trust you. And when they let go of these shelter in place, stay at home, quarantine orders, you're going to come out of that slingshot on fire. This is one of the best things you can be doing during this time right now.
I took pictures of every single slide. This was phenomenal. I'm so excited. I'm just like, yes. So thank you. Everybody's stoked. People were texting me like crazy. This is so good. It's gold. So love it. Thank you, Kyle. You're amazing.